Okay folks, took a little time to do a little cleaning up around this thing so I could feel a little better about working on it. Let me see. I ended up having to order the U-bolts. The U-bolts that were in the truck was going to be just a little bit short, and they was pretty rusty, and I didn't want to mess with them. I didn't like having to order them. It was 40 bucks, but it goes to our total here. We'll have to put that on the board there, and it's I bought one more piece of steel we'll have to put on there. That'll be for the kick up and getting everything finished up there, and a little reinforcing here and there. So we're still good. We're still under $1,000, well under $1,000. So, like I said, we're hoping to get out without, around 2,000. If we can get the front wheels to fall off the ground for less than 2,000, then I think we've done something. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stick the carrier back in the rear end, and excuse me while I beat you around here on the tripod. I'm going to stick the carrier back in the rear end and put the hub, or at least one of the hubs on, whichever side I'm going to go ahead and do the axle on first. I'm going to do one at a time, and we'll go ahead and get to work on that and get the measurement for the length of it, and we'll start cutting and turning, and hopefully we can freeze it, preheat, and go ahead and get it pressed together. And like I said, I'm going to go 4 thousandths. It's, pretty good. Going to be a pretty good press. And I don't have a hydraulic press here. All I've got is my big arbor press. So we'll have to work with it, but I think we can make it work. All right, show you more. Okay, so we got the carrier back in, and I've got the axle out to where I want it. And I've got, let me see, the axle stuck in, and I've decided that I want to go 1/4 inch out past what this is. So this is 1 inch, so we're going to go 1 1/4 inch longer from here. So I'm going to go out, mark it at 1 1/4 inch from the edge of this, and then we're going to cut it off. Okay, I want to show everybody an engine I traded for, and I'm not a Ford man, so I don't know a lot about it, but I'm sure somebody else can tell me a whole lot more about it than what I know. I do know, I checked the casting numbers on the block. Now this was supposed to be a 429 engine, but we've come back with a C9, V as in Victor, E as in Edward, dash B as in boy, which makes it a 69 or 70, 429 or 460. Head casting numbers. C9VE-A. I don't know if you can do anything with the VIN or not, but the best I could see on the VIN, well, I can't really see it, but I'm sure maybe somebody can see it. Maybe I can get a good picture of it and add on here. But what was making me wonder, what I was wondering about, of course it's a 4-barrel. This engine was taken out of a 69 Torino and put in a Ford truck, and it sat in the Ford truck for a long time, not hooked up. The guy, my understanding, got a DWI and just gave up on fixing the truck. And it sat with spark plugs out. I can't get it to turn. I'm going to put some oil in it. I know it hasn't been rained in, but I'm sure it's gotten some moisture in it, so put some oil in the cylinders and see maybe if I can get this thing freed up. The thing that made me think that maybe it wasn't a 429, it looked like a 460 down there behind the fuel pump, but it almost looks like it's roped backwards. So I don't know of any other way of telling between the 429 and the 460. I do know that everything seems to come up as the late 60s. They said it was a 69 Torino, Grand Torino. I don't know how it looks in the plug holes. It's dusty and dirty, but I don't know. We'll put something in the cylinders and see, let it sit a while and see if we can get it to turn over. This would have been a nice engine for the one-day rat rod build, the 53 Ford mainline. I think that's a C6 behind it. And but I took the starter off so I could see the casting numbers. I don't know if there's an intake casting number or not. Yeah, don't look great in there. Like maybe a little bit of moisture got in. Anyway, for the Ford guys, here you go. Looks like a C8SE-9425B, and that looks like to me would be a 8K19. That would be, you know, with me that would be a 69 date code, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely not covered yet. It's just I'm guessing just a regular either 460 or 429, one of the two. But like I said, maybe somebody can tell me more. But for one of y'all that's bored out there and don't have anything to do, maybe you can search some numbers for me, because I'm not sure. There was some more numbers up here at the front that I have no clue what they mean. Let's see if I can maybe get some light on them. I don't know if it's helping or hurting. There we go. Looks like a 9A214. And we'll try the same thing with these numbers. Maybe we can see them a little better. There you go. Yeah, I can't tell what that first one is. Maybe an 8N1 or a 9N1. 32229. Anyway, maybe we can figure it out. But alright, let me get back at the drag car. Okay, I had a friend pick up a seat for me today. Traded it to me, so I don't have any money in it. So we're still moving along pretty good. It's not adjustable to bolt. Well, it's adjustable if you bolt it. It's got the bracket on it, but it's not one that's where you can slide after you get it in. But not a big deal. Alright. Okay, folks, we got a little bit of bad news. This axle is actually bent. This is our short side that I cut. So we're going to have to hold off on it. And I'm going to have to pick up another axle, which should be easy to find. And we'll work with it. But yeah, that's not a good thing. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and try to do the other side. Okay, now this side I went ahead and checked before I cut it to make sure it was straight. And it is straight, so I think we'll be okay on it. But I don't think it'll be hard to hunt up one. There's a bunch of old 3/4 ton stuff around here. So, all right, let me go ahead and get. You know what? I might have one, and I might go back here and try to grab it. I forgot about the axles, the ones with the 617 gears. It's 1 ton, but it may be the same thing with the same spline. We might as well try that out. I'll grab the impact and run back here and see. Okay, we made it back here to it. This is actually a 1 ton, so everything looks the same, but it's going to be a little bit longer axle, but it don't matter because we're going to cut it anyway. But the reason I wanted to go ahead and pull this instead of messing with the other one is if these are bigger diameter and then go to the same spline, we might maybe run these or something. But I figured it was worth the time to check them out, so let's see if we can get one out. We'll get them if the battery don't go dead on my impact. That's going to be our big deal. Let's see. Okay, folks, we got it out. Wasn't too bad. Looks to be the exact same axle, and everything looks to be in good shape. It's a little bit cleaner than the others. The tubes didn't get quite as much moisture in them, but And we'll go see if this one's straight, and if so, we'll cut it. Okay, here's our two axles. Splines are exactly the same. Kind of like the way the 1-ton one is done about the same. But the difference in length. 1-ton's a little longer, but everything else is the same, so we can use it. Alright, let me get to work. Okay, one more thing I just want to show you. You know, this is the one that I had cut that we was going to use, and I just assumed that it was straight. I didn't think to even check it. And I chucked it up, and you know, it was just out, and it definitely wasn't me chucking, because I tried to move it around and everything I could try, and it was just, you know, bent. And like I said, I checked this other one, and it's straight. So, alright, get it. Okay folks, I'm not sure if I missed it or not. I was heating it up and got it on the axle. Slipped right down on. Well, not real easy, but it went on. And we're going to let it cool now. I hope I got it. I don't know. The camera shut off right when I got done, so I'm wondering if I had it turned on or not, or had it recording or not. So anyway, we're going to let it cool off, but you see what I've done, and we'll just wait and see. Okay folks, I sure hope I got the video of heating that and putting it on there. If I don't, then you hadn't seen it, so I'll have to show you on the other side when I do it. But you see what I've done. Let me pull it out of there. It's kind of hot. Okay, it's just pressed in. Left plenty to weld, and I'm going to wait. I'm not going to wire weld that. I'm going to weld it with 7018 probably. But it's pressed all the way up. Let me see. Probably need to take the camera off the tripod, huh? Let me get some light here. Alright. Pressed all the way to it. Still cooling down. I actually chucked it up in the lathe and made sure it was straight on the axle, so we're good to go there. So it slides right in, no problem. All we've got left on that one is to weld it, and what I'll probably do is go ahead and put 2 of the bolts in it, one on each side, tighten them down, and then I'm going to weld, and then I will, once I get it, you know, a good bead all the way around it, then I'll go ahead and take it out. That way we don't hurt our bearing by heat transfer, but that'll make sure that it holds exactly where it needs to be. And spins free, rear end spins good and free, so ready to go. Alright, appreciate everybody watching. Bye.